When you're trying to build an NFT project, from deciding what to make all the way through to understanding how to get the word out, it can sometimes feel like there isn't enough support out there. For instance, how can you know what the most popular projects are right now? And how can you use that as an advantage for your own launch? And how can you keep track of everything that has to be done in a launch without needing to research every little detail? Well, my friend, there are tools for just about every step of this process. And today, I'm gonna talk about 7 different tools that you can use to get your launch moving faster and marketing to a wider audience more quickly. My name is Trent Kennelly. I'm a Web3 marketing strategist, and this is the best place for you to learn about Web3, the metaverse, NFTs, and how to market it all. So if that sounds good to you and you're excited, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're into it, comment to let me know your favorite NFT tool. I would love to hear what you've worked with and what's really worked for you up to this point, and let's get started. All right, so first let's talk about Google Trends. Please do not scoff at me yet, okay? Trends is an incredibly powerful tool to help you pin down the popularity of different NFT niches. So just a quick refresher for anyone who might not be familiar, Google Trends is a free service provided by Google that lets people see the popularity over time of anything that has been searched for through their service. So if I want to learn about how popular the search term cars is, I just type it into Trends and it spits out a response. But I want to point out something that maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't. I don't necessarily know why you would have, but whatever. So the popular term, I kept using the term popular. I didn't talk about search volume. The reason is that Google Trends only tracks the popularity of something out of 100. So it's just basing, oh, it's more popular this month, it's less popular this month, versus search volume. So you can get search volume on many other platforms. You can go to the Google Keyword Planner, you can go to KW Finder. That's not really what we're interested in here. We're just kind of trying to understand the popularity. If you want to know more about keywords and SEO, you could probably use one of those tools. I don't necessarily think that I would suggest it though for your NFT launch because it's such a short and fast thing. You don't have time to build up that SEO. To build up a brand more generally, that's fine. But just looking at a launch itself, we're not really interested in the keywords, we're just interested in the popularity. So here's what's really cool about Google Trends, the related queries section. And here's where you're really gonna get the value out of Google Trends, because you can get a clear view of what people in the NFT space are actually showing interest in when it comes to specific NFT collections, which is especially important because, as we've talked about in this video, there are subscribers of NFTs that you can more directly target than just the general NFT market, right? But to do that, it helps to understand more about the trends related to one specific collection that's already hit it big. This is a great place to start for that because you can really start to dive deeper. Next is NFT On Chain. So NFT On Chain is a site that gives some really incredible insights into the state of NFTs right now. So yeah, it is chiefly intended for traders to make better decisions when they're trading NFTs. And if you're trading, you should use it for that purpose. But regardless, the features of this tool are gonna help you to see the state of the market as it stands right now and make some decisions based on that stance. So here's what I really like about On Chain. So you go to the top, you select Stats, Market Tree Map. This provides you a few different views that kind of give you an idea of where the market is in terms of volume and strength of some of the biggest collections in the moment. So the bigger the square, the more significant the project within that period that you're measuring, 1 day, 7 days, whatever. So you can kind of see how the floor changes and the volume changes for each of these projects and how significant that change really is to the project overall. But there's a third option that helps you to take the temperature of the market a little bit better. That's the fear and greed indicator. So you may be wondering which collections are showing the strongest conviction, meaning which communities are the strongest, which people are buying and holding HODL for the longest period of time. And this is really important because this allows you to see, okay, these communities are showing the strongest conviction. People are sticking around for longer. What is making them do that? Why are people so interested in buying and then holding this rather than flipping it? You can deep dive into that and get some real good insights that you can then use on your own launch. Next is the Nifty Launch Pad. Now, full disclosure, this one's mine, so of course it's great, right? And here's what it is. It's a step-by-step walkthrough of all the different things that you need to work through to get your NFT launched in the most successful possible fashion. And it comes with a checklist providing deep information about what you need to do, and it helps helps you kind of move down that list a lot faster and more confidently than you would otherwise be able to do. It is super simple to use. All the different activities are broken into 4 sections that will take you from building the project basics to promoting it and beyond. Now you may be looking at some of the sections on here and thinking, what does that even mean? Well, you're in luck because I help you out with details and resources in each section that are going to help you to understand what this task is and how best to accomplish it. Then when you're done with the task, it's as simple as changing the status to done and moving on. Before you know it, you're going to have a whole list of green done buttons and no more to-dos on the list. Next is ActiveCampaign. So ActiveCampaign is an incredibly powerful email marketing system. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Trent, who in the NFT world cares about email marketing? Well, you do if you know what's good for you. Here are some undeniable facts about email. Everybody still gets it. Everybody is still forced to interact with it on a daily basis. Open rates and click-through rates are higher on email than any other form of advertising. Having an email list means more than just sending emails to people. It's really essential to marketing online in general. It can help you to track your sales, figure out who to market to, identify your ideal clients, etc. There's just loads that you can do with it. So now that I've made the case for email generally, let's get back to why this tool matters. ActiveCampaign is integrated with almost everything on the internet right now. And if it isn't directly integrated, you can use something like Zapier to very easily set this up and integrate it with just about everything, which means that you can always know whether your customers and prospects have interacted with your brand at all, whether they've shown interest, and what the likelihood is of driving a sale from this particular customer. Then when you look at the automations that they offer, there's just an intense level of things that you can do. From highly personalized and pinpoint target email to Facebook ads, which granted is not super applicable because you can't run ads for NFTs generally. Really, no matter what your niche is, ActiveCampaign is worth looking at here. Next is the Nifty Influencer Tracking Template, which is again mine, but also super helpful, okay? I promise this is the last product on the list from me, okay? So here's the situation. You know that you need to get the word out about your collection, and as I talk about in this video pretty extensively, one of the best ways to do that is by reaching out to influencers with the right audience. But there's a lot that goes into influencer tracking, from negotiations to how many posts they're gonna make, to where they're gonna make those posts, how long they're gonna stay up. All of that sort of stuff is really important to discuss, and it can really get lost in the morass of all of the organization that you have to do around a single influencer. So to track all that info across all of your influencer campaigns, you need a spreadsheet built just for this purpose. The Nifty Influencer Tracking Template is designed specifically for you to track your progress reaching out to these different influencers. So you can know who you're reaching out to, when you need to follow up, what the status of their post is, when you can make attribution for your page or purchases or whatever it looks like on your launch. All of those analytics, what they look like, you can kind of bring that all together under a single umbrella and get a real clear view of your influencer campaign. Next is a website builder. So I know that that sounds super general, right? But the truth is that there are loads of options for website builders, and it just kind of comes down to what you want. So you can use Wix, Elementor, Squarespace, WP Bakery, Divi. There's an overwhelming amount of options. And the truth is that having a website builder, what you want out of that website builder is just all about what you want out of your website more generally. Now, I've talked in this video about how to build a website for NFT sales and NFT launches. When I'm using examples like the weirdos, for instance, you can see that you need a lot more flexibility built into the builder so that you can actually make a site like that come to life. But I know you're looking for at least a little more clarity here, so I'll just tell you I really see 2 overall options. The first is Elementor. I really like Elementor. I use Elementor all the time. Basically, anything that you want to build can be built on Elementor pretty easily. And there are enough plugins and add-ons that building is just super simple. The big downside to Elementor is that it's built on WordPress. WordPress is an amazing platform. I don't want to make it sound like it's not, but you have to take time to understand it. It is not something that you can just wake up one day and start using for the first time. You have to have kind of this learning curve that you have to go through. If you don't have time for that, then Elementor is probably not the right option for you. The other option is using a plug and play builder like Squarespace or Wix. So to be honest, both these, Squarespace and Wix, are pretty good, especially if you're ultimately sending people from your page to a platform like OpenSea anyway, because you're not doing any transactional stuff there. Okay, so the big downside here is that because you're in a single system that's kind of all-inclusive, the same level of flexibility that you would otherwise have on something like WordPress isn't really there. Ultimately though, this choice just comes down to being able to build a system that drives action. So if your system drives action, that's what matters. Then finally, let's talk about ThirdWeb. So ThirdWeb is a system that lets you build smart contracts really easily. It's like the Elementor or the Squarespace or the Wix of the Web3 space. It's plug and play. You want to build a smart contract that has utilities that are specific to each NFT in your collection, you got it. You want to build a single NFT with a single use, you can do that too. This is a great system for people that want to create and sell an NFT, but who don't want to figure out the coding that goes into building the smart contract. It allows you to be a lot more autonomous and move to other parts of the project much more quickly. So I really highly recommend that you look at this. It's kind of like a plug and play Web3 technical builder. It's really worth it. So there you go. That's a lot of amazing tools. I'm partial to the ones that I built, but there are lots of amazing things that you can do with everything on this list. So let me know your favorite NFT tool for marketing and selling your project. I would love to learn about what's really worked for you. Otherwise, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're into it, and I will catch you in the next one.